Okay, unique weapons in Fallout 4 are all good and well, but if you have to kill King fucking Kong to get that unique weapon, and then you have to go with a very specific character build in order to put the bizarre bonus the unique weapon offers to good use, suddenly the shine goes off that apple and you're thinking, that may look good on paper, but I think I'll go with something else. So what else is there? Well, here are my top 5 favorite early game weapons. None of these are unique, and one of them is even a little silly looking, but they all have one thing in common. They totally kick ass. And I'm talking like kicking ass on survival difficulty setting, okay? So why is nobody talking about these weapons? Probably because they're run-of-the-mill weapons, number one, and number two, they don't come with any instruction manuals. Well, let's take care of that right now.
He makes dumb jokes while he shoots his
Gets,
guns. Major Slack is lots of fun.
Major Slack videos.
Yeah, this is fun.
Shut up, Pee-wee.
Okay.
Okay, I've been playing extensively on survival difficulty setting lately. This is not to brag. I hate gamers who brag about how badass they are on the highest difficulty setting. I can't stand that. That's not me. More on that in another video. I'm mentioning playing on survival to give this list of weapons the credibility they deserve. They can really hold their own amidst some very challenging gameplay. Alright? These 5 weapons are the 4-crank power blaster, the buckshot shampoo, the 4P38 bloodletter, the silent P-bar, and the monster turbo long zap. Yes, I've renamed these weapons using the weapons workbench. Yeah. See how giving something ordinary a fancy new name makes it sound totally kick-ass? Huh? Yeah. Alright, a fancy new name is not going to blow away that legendary super mutant. Let's get down to cases, starting with the 4-crank power blaster. This is what I've renamed the short laser musket that you can pick up right in front of the Museum of Freedom in Concord very early in the game. Now, a lot of you probably immediately dismissed this as a silly wind-up toy. I know I did, and like, what the hell? This has no place trying to defend me in the ruthless wasteland. What, are you kidding? I gotta crank this sucker up every time I want to take a shot? Operative word, a shot? And then I gotta crank it again? What? And then if I switch to another weapon and then switch back, it doesn't stay cranked, but I gotta crank it yet again? A kick-ass weapon? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. This is probably the most kick-ass weapon in the first half of the game, maybe even longer. Let's take a look at exactly what it does. Every time you press the reload button, it loads 1 charge. So press the reload button once, it loads 1 charge. Press the reload button twice, it loads 2 charges. So if you crank it twice and pull the trigger, it unloads both those charges at the same time. Now by default, the damage rating on the short laser musket is 30. Unload 2 charges at once and you're kicking out 60 damage. Get the first rifleman perk and you can bump that up to 72 damage. But it doesn't stop there. You can take the laser musket back to the weapons workbench and mod it with the 4-crank capacitor. Now this will require the science perk, but if you have 6 points in intelligence, you can do this right near the beginning of the game, and it is totally worth it. Start the game over if you can't do that, okay? It is totally worth it, alright? With the 4-crank capacitor, you can now load 4 charges into the laser musket and unload a whopping 144 damage per shot, alright? And if you do that while you're in sneak mode, you'll get the ×2 sneak attack bonus even without any perks in Ninja, alright? And you're now kicking out close to 300 damage per shot, alright? And if you do put 1 point into Ninja, you can bump that up to 360 damage per shot. Do a headshot and you get even more damage.
Stupid noises.
So what if you have to crank the laser musket? When you're on a 1-shot, 1-kill basis, this is a small price to pay. Seriously, one of the best boss busters in the game. Later on, when you get the Science Rank 2 perk, you can mod the laser musket with a 5-crank capacitor. Science Rank 3, 6-crank capacitor. Okay, everybody, all together now. Homer Simpson drool, 6-crank capacitor. Oh, yeah. Seriously. Can't get any science perks because you didn't put enough points into intelligence? No matter, you can still get the 3 crank capacitor, no science required. Short laser musket, 3 cranks, still a force to be reckoned with. Seriously people, short laser musket, don't leave home without it. Moving right along, let's talk about the Buckshot Shampoo. This is what I've renamed the short double barrel shotgun. These are fairly easy to come by. You usually get one off one of the raiders while working your way through the aforementioned Museum of Freedom in Concord to complete the When Freedom Calls mission. You can also get one working your way through the USAF satellite station Olivia. See my 3 kick-ass weapons real fast video for more details. I'll put a link in the video description. The double barrel shotgun kicks out 45 damage by default, 54 damage with the first rifleman perk, which you can get right at the beginning of the game as long as you have just 2 points in perception. Alright, now if you take the double barrel shotgun back to the weapons workbench and mod it with the powerful receiver, which will require only the first gun nut perk, you can bump the shotgun up to 80 damage. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, so what, Slack? I can only take 2 shots with the double barrel and then I gotta stop and reload. Yep, I know. When you've got a badass feral ghoul right up in your face, you can't exactly ask him, would you kindly wait a minute while I reload my shotgun? Ain't gonna happen. However, you may not realize this, but when you use weapons in VATS, you get free reloads.
Free reloads.
Yep, free reloads. As long as you've got enough action points, you can reload the double barrel while in VATS and take up to 4 shots with the double barrel shotgun. That's 4 chances to splatter that pesky feral ghoul's head all over the countryside, all while in the safety of VATS. I'm telling you people, the double barrel shotgun and VATS is such a powerful combination that the double barrel shotgun is now the weapon I have equipped by default whenever I'm roaming anywhere around the wasteland. It is absolutely perfect for all those moments when you get suddenly ambushed by whatever. Just slap on VATS, load up 4 shots to the sucker's head, and booyah-base. Problem solved. Huh? Yeah. Double barrel shotgun, don't underestimate it. If you know how to use it, it will serve you well. Next, the 4P38 Bloodletter. This is what I've renamed the Powerful Ported Pipe Pistol. Yeah, that's right, the Powerful Ported Pipe Pistol. There you go. Yeah, there's the 4Ps. 38 because it uses 38 cal bullets, and Bloodletter because I like to mod it with a large bayonet. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I'm about a third of the way through the game, I'm always just swimming in 38 cal ammo. I've got 38 cal bullets coming out of my ears. But 38 cal bullets have one of the weakest damage ratings in the game, alongside 5mm bullets that are used in the minigun. But as Marcus in Borderlands is fond of saying, you don't need to be a better shot, you just need to shoot more bullets. Yeah. So typically, to take advantage of this huge supply of 38 cal ammo, I've been modding out a pipe pistol with the automatic receiver to create a kind of SMG that can spit out a lot of lead really fast. Alright? This is great for those moments when you've run clean out of action points and you can't use VATS and you can't run away and you're still in the thick of things. You've got no choice, you've got to make a stand and fight it out, plain old first person shooter style. Now, the pipe auto pistol is pretty good, but there are 2 drawbacks. 1, even with a lot of recoil mods on it, the muzzle still rises considerably unless you use short controlled bursts. And 2, the automatic receiver comes with a penalty to your damage rating. So you're spewing out a lot of lead, but only at 10 damage per bullet. Now, recently in the Wasteland, I came across a ported pipe pistol with a hair trigger receiver on it, and decided, yeah, let's try this out, and thought, wow, this is great. It's only semi-automatic, but essentially it spits out bullets as fast as you can pull the trigger. But I didn't like how the hair trigger receiver limited the damage to 13, so I swapped it out for a powerful receiver to bring up the damage to 19 per bullet, almost double from the automatic receiver, okay? The powerful receiver requires only the first gun nut perk, which in turn only requires that you have 2 points in intelligence. Now, I also decided to swap out the short ported barrel for the long ported barrel to increase the accuracy and to almost double the range, that is, to hit targets much further away. And I equipped it with a large quick eject mag to bump up the mag capacity from 12 to 24 and still maintain quick reloading. Now, by default, this ported pipe pistol came with a sharpshooter's grip, which also improves recoil. I left that as is, more on that in a second. And finally, I thought the perfect finishing touch for an emergency no-VATS close combat weapon would be a large bayonet, which gives you a pretty powerful stabbing attack which temporarily stuns the enemy, buying you precious seconds to finish gunning him down. Now, considering I've got a bayonet attached, the marksman stock might have been a better choice over the sharpshooter's grip because it would add more damage to your bayonet, but I didn't like the way the marksman stock obscured a lot of your view when aiming the pistol, so I left it with the sharpshooter's grip. That's just my personal preference, you know. Your personal preferences may differ, you know, but for me, I prefer the sharpshooter's grip just because the way the pistol looks when you aim it, right? So there you go, the 4P38 Bloodletter, your kick-ass in the trenches emergency sidearm. Fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, does a lot of damage even on survival difficulty, has fantastic recoil management, and some stabby action to boot. Once again, don't leave home without it. Next, the Silent P-Bar. I'm not sure if I'm just getting lucky with my current run through the game on survival difficulty, but every time I get down to see Trudy at the Drumlin Diner, she's got one of these for sale. A suppressed pipe bolt action pistol. This is at level 6, okay? Level 6 on survival difficulty. I don't think the difficulty setting makes a difference, but being a character level 6 might. Someone's going to have to verify this with a fresh run through the game. I never noticed this before. So either I've been horribly biased against pipe guns, which is true, or it's just starting to show up now for some reason. Anyways, now I'm thinking a suppressor at this stage in the game? Wow, what a find. It's only on a pipe bolt action pistol, but I've got a pipe bolt action rifle kicking around somewhere in the workshop that does better damage, and I could swap that suppressor onto it to make a sniper rifle with a silencer. At this stage in the game at level 6? Yeah, all together now. Woohoo! Yeah, seriously, yeah. Normally, you'd have to wait until you get the Gun Nut Rank 2 perk to start putting suppressors on guns, and that means waiting until you're at character level 13. Yeah, a long way to go. But here's Trudy handing me a suppressor on a silver platter at character level 6? And it only costs 200 caps? Damn. Sold. Seriously, sold right away. So let's run that sucker back to the weapons workbench, yank out that pipe bolt action rifle.
Whoa, wait a minute, Slack. Wait a minute. Pipe bolt action rifle. P-bar.
P-bar.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, these are commonly found when engaging with raiders. In fact, one of the raiders harassing Trudy when you first arrive at the Drumlin Diner always has one, Simone. You could appropriate that and then buy the suppressed pipe bolt action pistol from Trudy, go to a weapons workbench, swap the suppressor from the pipe bolt action pistol onto the rifle, mod the rifle with a powerful receiver, a long barrel, a medium scope, and you got yourself a kick-ass silenced sniper rifle for 200 caps. Sure beats the hell out of paying a whopping 2,000 caps for Tinker Tom's Special. Although Tinker Tom's Special is not without its charm. I'll table the details of that for another video. But I can't tell you how immensely useful the Silent P-Bar is for sneak shotting enemies from a safe distance and keeping the rest of their buddies totally confused on your exact location. Once again, don't leave home without it. And finally, the Silent P-Bar is great, but it should really only be used to fill the gap until you can get your hands on, drum roll please, the Monster Turbo Long Zap. This is a spectacular laser sniper rifle that you can use pretty much out of the box that is just sitting there out in the wasteland just waiting to be picked up, and I'll show you exactly where it is. Once again, we'll use the When Freedom Calls mission in Concord as a reference point. Just go through this mission and your final objective will be to join Preston Garvey back in Sanctuary. Do that, then agree to help him with further tasks, and he'll ask you to help some settlers and mark a location called 10 Pines Bluff on your map. Alright? So with that marked on your map, make your way there, and then once you arrive, look to the southeast to find this windmill on top of an elevated freeway. Yeah, it helps to have a scoped weapon of some sort, perhaps a Silent P-Bar. Yeah, so once you find that windmill, look down to the left of the windmill and you see the part of the freeway that has collapsed, creating a kind of makeshift ramp you can use to get up to the elevated freeway. Go there and go up that ramp. At the top, you're going to have to fight your way through 2 pretty tough gunners in order to continue. Once again, the silent P bar is really going to come in handy on this one. After you kill those guys, find the lift on the north side of the freeway, take the lift up to the upper level, and then look to the left and you'll see a kind of shelter with a skull painted on the side. In that shelter, on the floor at the foot of the bed, is a free laser sniper rifle. It's always there. It's just sitting there. Just go get it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you'll have to take care of another tough hombre up on top as well. This is all very doable with a low-level character if you have the proper weapons and some good strategy at your disposal. Once again, subject for another video. Now, this laser sniper only does 50 damage out of the box, but it has very, very low recoil. It's spectacular, and it has a fantastic fire rate for a sniper rifle. So pretty much it can double as a powerful assault rifle as well. This is what I call the Monster Turbo Long Zap. Now, typically I like to mod it with the beam focuser to give it even more range, but that's not necessary. Its default range is well over 200 meters, so you're kicking ass with that alone. Yeah, you can pretty much use this sniper rifle out of the box, like without having to mod it at all. So there you go. Those are my top 5 favorite early game weapons, all thoroughly tested on the survival difficulty setting. In fact, this is my early game survival difficulty loadout playing as a stealth sniper. These are the exact weapons I carry along with me pretty much all the time. All right. And on that note, I'd like to officially announce that yes, I will be doing a Fallout 4 real walkthrough on my other channel, Major Slack Attack. That's coming up as soon as next Sunday, but don't hold me to the exact date. It all depends on my workload and whatnot. But yeah, Fallout 4 real walkthrough, not a blind playthrough, real walkthrough coming soon. So go and subscribe to my other channel, Major Slack Attack, now. Wait a minute, not just yet. First, I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, please give the old Slackster a thumbs up. Yeah. All right, that's it. Now you may go.